Camera's rolling. All right, the first question I have for you is, can you introduce yourself and tell me where you're from?
Okay. Aloha. My full name is Lance Jensen Mahi La Pierre. Mahi La Pierre from Kapalama and Maunalua, Oahu.
And how did you get into like building Hōlua Sleds and what? Oh, sorry. First of all, can you introduce your craft and then how did you get into it?
Sure. I like to make different Hawaiian things, but in specific to this event, I kalai or carve the Hōlua sled. But yeah, I got into this several ways, I guess. I like learning. So I would hang around the Bishop Museum, read books, and the things that people weren't talking about was what interested me a lot. And I also was studying a plant called uhiuhi, and there are only 3 on Oahu. There's only 1 now. 20 years ago, there's only 3. And it was hard to study that plant because there was only 3. So I decided to make my study to find out what our kupuna relationship was with uhiuhi. So what I did was I tried to do everything that uhiuhi was connected to. Included holua, ukeke, house building, weapons, tools, farming tools, even medicine. So I just tried to learn from people and just trial and error to learn more about holua. Yeah.
So do you feel like Hōlua kalai in general is important for you personally, but also for the greater lahu?
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it, but it says kalai aku kalai mai, and it's something I made up so I could make sense of why I do things or how I think things are connected. So as we carve, as we shape, as we plan, we too are shaped. So I do a lot of workshops at my jobs I've been at, and also do it in the community like here. And I see that for me personally, I have to do this. It's not just fun. It's my healing. It's my place of trying to connect with my ancestors and just like a little, maybe I am getting a glimpse of what they do and what they've done. So I find that really exciting. And some people go to the gym or whatever, but I make things. So it's that time of, I love the research, Bishop Museum, books, talking to people, experimentation. I like that process. And events like this are fun because you get to, and I don't consider myself an expert in all of that stuff, but I think what I may be pretty good at is being curious and learning about things. And if people are curious themselves, I can share a little bit. I even tell them I might not be doing it the right way, but this is how I do it. And if they can benefit from it, then that's good. Yeah.
How important is it to you that you not only perpetuate the craft and the knowledge of it, but to pass it on to future generations? And how important is it that future generations continue to do it and want to do it and want to perpetuate it?
Yeah. I was just having a conversation with somebody that wanted to do sleds on this island, and they're like, "Oh, would you come? Would you come in?" And I'm like, "Guarantee," because no one's asking. You don't get a question like, hey, can you do a workshop on Hōlua or ukeke or paipo or all other things I'm interested in? So when they ask, I try and be there. I wish it was more people. But you just gotta, so somebody will say, oh, we write a grant, we'll bring you up here. And I'm like, you got a grant? Sure. But if you don't have a grant, yeah, we do them anyway. Because I believe it's important enough. And let's say one kid sees it and gets inspired, or maybe they can connect with their ancestors or have healing and wellness in the way that I if I'm not making dust a couple of times a week, I'm probably gonna be grumpy, and it just puts me in a nice place. And when I'm helping someone do it and seeing them learn, or even doing it a different way, it doesn't matter. It's just the fact that it's that process of learning together and doing, and then I like things you can use, even though they look fine on the wall. If you can ride it, play it, surf it, that's where it's at for me.
So when it comes to actually going out and harvesting, procuring the wood, and then carving and the whole process, is there a protocol and like cultural guidelines in place that you follow?
Yeah, so I'm not really trained. I was never trained by like a carver, or I do have mentors that have showed me some stuff, and then I just take that and I leap off and do my own research and create. I like creating. I don't harvest too much anymore from the forest, just because I get plenty of wood at home right now. But if I'm getting stone, I'm getting shell or something, definitely. I do my own. I've learned from different Lua groups and Hawaiian healing groups. I'm with the Ava group. So things that we do to cleanse ourselves, protect ourselves, I use on the items that I bring into my house. And I used it on the sled today that was auctioned. We did a smoke blessing with iliahi, which is similar if you want to do like a sprinkling of water. But I got to the point these days where I find it so important that before the thing from Amazon goes in my house, I'm smoking that. I'm like cleansing that, because I'm not paranoid. It's a practice that I'm learning and applying, and it seems to be working. It's just like anything, like a stone that's from the mountain or a tree. You bring it home, and before you bring it into your space, you want to make sure it's clear of negativity to open for positivity. So I'm like, why am I not doing with all this other stuff? Yeah, so if it's closed, I might just go wash it instead of doing the smoke. But now I have the smoke right by my my outside door. And I've been doing a little more smoke with iliahi cleansing than keiki cleansing. Okay. Sometimes I do them both, especially when I'm teaching. Yeah. So let's say we made a surfboard together. I would probably do the water one and the smoke one. And it's just to expose people to another method. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's smart. I don't even see it as paranoid. It's just common sense. And again, I didn't grow up knowing these things. It's through groups and friends and curiosity. So when you see kids asking questions, or even adults, I just tell them, hey, you let me know if you need help. Like, again, I might not be doing right like to some other people, but I have enough experience to hopefully help them in some way. And if I'm not that person, I'll go help them find that person. Yeah, it's not about me. It's about them finding their journey or whatever. So
yeah, it's really fun, and yeah, a nice event. I was here in 2019, and it's nice to see how it's grown, and to be a part of it, to be asked to come. I'm sure a lot of other guys would want to come and share stuff too. So yeah, I appreciate it.
So, you mind if I ask you a couple more questions?
Sure, sure.
So when it comes to the wood itself, you mentioned uhi uhi. Are there any other types of woods that you like to work with? And in addition to that, do you find that there's a spiritual significance within the wood, or is more than just a piece of wood to work on?
Yeah.
Kind of that aspect of it.
That's a good question. One of my favorite woods and trees is ohia. And it's tough now because we have rod, we have the rapid ohia death. So the sled I made is from wood that's about 20 years old. And this guy had it on Oahu for a long time, and that's why I bought it and use it. Yeah, I like ohia. I recently made a platter out of kukui. Kukui tree came down, and we used the bark for dye. The symbolism of kukui, enlightenment, knowledge. So when I use that platter, that's what I hope its intention is for the event or whatever. Ulu, I was lucky enough to get some ulu wood. It was only like this long, so I joined it and I made a small surfboard. So hopefully when I and others ride it, they'll be inspired and have growth in some way. But yeah, I'm learning, but I really try to incorporate that. So like the iliahi, besides the burning, if I was to use the wood, let's say I'm making, I'll go back to the surfboards, and I needed a peva, a patch. I could use the iliahi in there to symbolize, it could be the duality of the kumulipo, like the awa and the palawa, and just makes you think of different things. It's the intention you're putting in, and sometimes it's traditional or whatever, but others might consider traditional. Sometimes it's not. It's okay. This is the meaning I'm gonna apply to this, and it's fun making things for people. Like this sled was made for this event, so as I'm making this event, I'm thinking about what is the auction? Who's the auction going to help? The kids, the language, the culture. So yeah, that's always really fun.
And then this isn't so much a question, but more so something that I learned recently, was that here on Earth we prize and value like metals and stones because of its rarity.
Yeah.
But when you consider the entire universe, we don't know that there's wood anywhere else. But we know there's gold and diamonds on other planets and asteroid belt. So in reality, wood is the most rare substance in the universe as far as we know.
Yeah.
Even like something cool I learned recently, like this, or you're carving your necklace is more rare, so therefore more valuable than diamond necklace.
Yeah, and even the things that are only found here, and native woods are, they're in some bad shape right now, and us humans are the ones who cause that, and we are the ones that can hopefully help them. This is a piece of kawila I got from a friend, and I chose to, it's only the second time I did this. I'm testing it out, this pendant. So it's the cross piece of a Hōlua sled. It's what keeps the two runners, the kama'aloa, together. And I chose to wear it because it brings together two things. So to me, this is it's like a pilina piece, like a relationship piece. Like one not gonna work without the other. You have like a strong ego or personality. I mean, you're gonna flip your canoe, you're gonna flip your Hōlua. So it's kind of like made me think of balance and yeah. What you think?
Yeah, awesome. Okay, and then to wrap it up, is there anything you would like to share to future generations who might watch this tomorrow or 20 years from now? Or even like the people who come up and walk to your booth and they ask questions, what would you want them to walk away having learned, or what do you want them to walk away with?
I think I would say if you think you can't, or somebody told you you can't do something, try them. You can learn. You might fail, but failure is not failure. Yeah. Trying, to me, not trying might be more of a mistake than trying. So I know it's hard, but put yourself out there, try. You know, when we put ourselves in uncomfortable positions, nobody wants to be uncomfortable, but sometimes when you put yourself in that realm and when you puka through, you have ike now. And whether you didn't do so good or did good, that process is going to help you in your whole life. Making one apu, making one holua, you know, raising the family or whatever. It's that that determination to try. Don't let anybody tell you cannot. And to me, my biggest obstacle is myself. Yeah, shame. Oh, I don't know how, but just go. You'll be happy you tried. Yeah. Mahalo.
Thank you very much.